Hello and good evening, Entrefluencers. This is John, your host of the Entrefluential Life podcast, welcoming you back to the show for episode 16 on Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022. And yeah, we are so excited to be back with you on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m., our normal
Yep.
production time, I guess, if you will. And it's been a little while since we've actually been on schedule. I think 2 weeks we were off schedule, and
Yeah.
but here we are. We're back and we're making it happen. What's up, Sebastian?
How's it going?
Everything's fantastic, man. Living the life, doing well, enjoying
Finally
everything.
back
As
to the regular scheduled programming.
right, yep. Enjoying life and doing things, making things happen, man. It's just like I'm happy, dude. I'm happy.
Yeah.
How about you? How's everything going? Tell the audience where you're at, what's going on with you in your life right now?
Yeah, I'm in Port St. Lucie right now.
Mm-hmm.
So um it's going good, I mean, it's been a lot of moving around, it's been a lot of hecticness. So, in that aspect it's been a little bit stressful, but other than that, I think it's just like a test of can you handle these different types of stress, like the stressful situations as an adult and
Yeah.
um, budgeting your money and stuff because you never know when a rainy day might hit. So I think it's just been a test of
Hmm.
it's been like a lot. It's been like a long. I feel like the past couple of years it's been like nonstop for me, and so I think it's just like a test, for me to just stay strong minded and to stay cool and calm and collected under the pressure because diamonds are made under pressure. So I
Mm-hmm.
want to be a diamond. I want to train want my mentality to be a diamond. So that's what I feel like I'm going through right now. I feel like I'm in this like workshop phase of my life where I'm just like we're moving around crazy, me and my girlfriend right now. There's a lot. We just came from Massachusetts, been a lot going on, and soon we're going to be getting our place. So it's just been a lot of moving around, but I think it's a good test on the mental, to stay focused. Because
Yep.
I can be quick to make an excuse, but it's like, do I want results or do I want excuses? Because I can't have both.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah.
I think one thing that grandma told me one time, she gave me a good piece of advice was to, make adjustments. You make adjustments, not excuses. So whatever the situation is, just I can adjust. If it's not going my way, I can just make an adjustment and then,
Mm-hmm.
have a better positive outlook on it. And it kind of ties into our mental tip of today. So I don't want to say too much,
Oh,
but
okay. Cool, man.
the attitude of how we have, our attitude is very important in how things go for us. So yeah, so that's what's been going on.
Okay, cool, man. So yeah, I like what you said. I think that the best way to live our lives is to be like a river,
Yeah,
and rivers are fluid. They move, they flow, right?
right.
And when you flow through life like a river, as opposed to being a rock, then
Yep,
you can adapt and adjust to any environment, to any situation, and be prepared, right? Mentally prepared to
exactly.
adjust and adapt and go with the flow. Go with the flow because God is guiding you in that flow.
Yep,
And challenges are always going to be there. I don't care how successful you become.
yeah,
Everybody alive that has a pulse is going to have a challenge of some sort. I don't care
yep,
how rich or how poor you are. Everyone has challenges.
yeah,
None of us are exempt. You don't get to a point in life where you're like
exactly.
exempt from challenges. They just change. They just become different challenges.
Yeah,
And so how you navigate life and the ups and downs, I always think of when I'm having a hard time that life is like a circle. And if you're in
yes,
a downtime, then you're at the bottom of the circle, but then you're going to come back up and things will be good.
right.
It's always exciting to go on the rise, right? And it's
Yeah,
also exciting when you're going down, like in a roller coaster where you're going, ooh, the excitement, right?
yep,
Right. There's always like that rush right there at the very top, and
yes.
then you
The
come down and
anticipation.
then it's intense and you're like waiting to see what's going to
Yep,
happen. Then you come back down, you're like, you plateau, you're like,
yeah,
shoot, I'm at the bottom, damn it.
yep,
You're
yeah,
gonna like rock here for a minute. You're like, this sucks, man. I gotta get some momentum, get back up. And then you're like that little choo-choo train in a little story in elementary school. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Right? To climb back up to the top of the circle, and then you're like, start the party again.
Yep.
It's
Exactly.
life is a circle, man.
Yeah.
So,
Seriously.
and I like to think that we have to just have as much fun as possible, do as much goodness that we can, so that when we hit
Yeah.
rock bottom, we look and reflect and think about that and look at other people's problems and say, wow, at least I'm not that bad off. I'm way better than that person over here or that person over there. Thank God, and count your
Yeah.
blessings. You count your blessings, and it helps you, get recharged when you're at the bottom. That's the thing, like when you're having fun,
Yep.
you're excited. It's usually because there's something new in your life that's going on.
Yes.
And so it's really cool to be excited about that. But it's really when you look and see how blessed you've been when you're at the bottom,
Yeah.
that's when you start counting your blessings, and it's a
Yep.
different type of a joy. And God says that when you have the Holy Spirit living inside of you, that you have joy all the time. There's really no
Yep.
reason to be when you feel like you're without joy, it should only be temporary. And it's only because you need to reassess your situation and start counting your blessings, right?
Yep.
Obviously, there's joy when you go. Let's imagine, for instance, take yourself back to when you were a kid and you got a new Lego set for your Christmas present,
Yeah.
right? You got all these toys to play with. It's joyful, right? Then take yourself to like the last time you had a hard time, you were feeling down on yourself or down on your situation. But then you started counting your blessings because you're like, you know what, I shouldn't be ungrateful. Let me start
Yeah.
thinking about the things that I have that's going well for me. Or you hear about somebody else's problems and you're like, wow, dude, some male, my dad was just telling me some male person just got mauled to death delivering the mail by 5 pit bulls.
Wow.
Yeah, that's horrible, man. If that happened to you or to someone you know, right? Obviously, if you're dead, you're you're in heaven. You're not gonna be here. So it would be happening
Yeah.
to someone, something awful like that happening to someone you know or someone you hear about. It's really
Yeah.
easy to count your blessings at that moment and say, "Wow, I am so
Right.
thankful." I am so thankful that I have my life. That I have a home, that I have a
Yeah.
car. Like whatever. Count your blessings, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, man, cool. So I'm glad that you have a positive attitude, and I'm glad that you're thinking about what grandma told you and about being essentially a river, right? Go with the flow.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Very cool. So wow, man,
That's the test.
that was a pretty good introduction for this episode, man. So what do you got for the physical tip of the day?
We're starting off with the physical.
Yeah, we always do physical, mental, spiritual, and then entrefluential. I think
All right.
your
So
signal's a
today
little
the
slow.
can you hear me better now? All right. Cool. So today the physical tip is to set manageable fitness goals. So, when you create a clear and manageable goal, it gives you a clear path to focus on when you're starting off at the gym or when you've been there for a little while. For beginners or for people that have been there for a little bit, it applies because each goal that you achieve is going to help you build more confidence to keep going. You're going to want to keep going back because you start setting one goal at a time. That's all you need to start with. You don't need to go crazy and you want to go and do this. It's intimidating when you go there and you see people that are lifting super heavy weights, or when you see people with the physique that you want, whatever it is, you want to get, like most of us, want to get to the finish line super fast. We want to get it done quick.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is with the gym, you got to wait and you got to play the long run. You got to play the long game. So that's why it's important. You start setting one goal at a time. And every time you accomplish it, you give yourself a boost and you set manageable goals because you don't want to set a goal that's too far away for you to achieve. You don't want to put something and make it so that you can encourage yourself to keep going. So that's why you want to set manageable fitness goals. So you keep knocking one by one, and over time, you can see what you've accomplished, and it helps you stay on track, and it helps you keep yourself more accountable.
So can you give us an example of a fitness goal?
Yeah, so one example is you can try to beat your mile if you go and you run a mile every day. Like if you start your day with cardio or you do it in the afternoon, whenever you do it, for example, the people that like running, if you run a mile every day, you can try to, by as the weeks go on, every week you can set a goal for how fast you want to run that mile. So you might want to shave off, a couple seconds off that mile, or 10 seconds, or a few minutes over time. And so every week you can just start tracking your mile, how fast you run it, and try to get that time down. And then, so if somebody does it in 15 minutes, for example, they can try to look for, shaving a few minutes off that mile. So they might want to get down to like a 13-minute mile or a 12-minute mile or whatever their time is at right now. You just want to beat it by a little bit. So you're constantly getting a little bit better. Another goal is if you're specifically trying to, lose pounds on the scale, you can set a goal like that for every week. So you might want to lose 1 pound a week, or for this month of August or September, I might want to try to lose 5 pounds or 10 pounds in that month. And so you can set a goal like that, and then you can break it down and, put it to smaller increments throughout the weeks. But you can set goals like that. So you have, it's anything, it can be small. I think it's better to start setting off small goals so you can start accomplishing more so you feel better.
Right, because if you give yourself too big of a goal, then you would feel down on yourself, and you would get in despair, and then you probably would quit your fitness program, your
That's when
fitness
you would get
routine.
self-doubt.
Right. So you have to have
Exactly.
small. So like, be the turtle, right? Like the rabbit and the hare story. Be the
Exactly.
turtle, right? Because or be the right, yeah, be the turtle.
Be the turtle. Exactly.
Yeah, I said the rabbit and the hare, but they're both the same thing. A rabbit and a hare. This is it's the turtle and the rabbit, or the turtle and the hare.
The rabbit and the hare.
Yeah. It's so be the turtle
Oh
and
my
take your,
gosh, that's funny.
slow. I know that was pretty funny. Slow and steady win the race, and
Like,
and so that's cool. So have progressive goals, but have them manageable, have them doable. So like SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, and that's where you're
exactly.
leaning in, is on the achievable part.
You want to set
Realistic,
achievable. Yes, exactly.
realistic as well, right? Because if you say I'm going to run a mile in 4 minutes, that's not realistic. If you're just yeah,
That's like a 4-minute mile is like you're in
super
really great shape.
yeah,
Like that's
super
like that's super athlete right there. So that's why it's important. I said manageable, but I think when you said
achievable,
achievable, that's a better word, because you want to set
right?
goals that you can achieve.
Set achievable goals.
When you make it too crazy, then you're gonna start feeling negative about yourself if you're not achieving that goal as fast as you thought you should, or whatever the case may be. When you make it too hard, that's when you can start getting self-doubt and you start feeling those negative thoughts. So that's why you have achievable goals, and you're going to build that confidence. You're going to make yourself more confident, and
Right.
you can, keep yourself more accountable because it's not as intimidating. And also, for people that have gone to the gym for a while, if you don't have any sort of a goal, there's chances are you're going to get to a plateau where you're not making any progress. You're just going in there and you kind of do the same thing, and it might not be as fun anymore, or whatever the case is. So it's good to keep yourself from plateauing, because you always are going to hit a plateau at some point, and then you
Mm-hmm.
can switch around your goals. That's when you readjust, and then you set a new goal. So those are just a few reasons why it's important to set and keep track of achievable fitness goals.
Yep. Okay. Cool, man. So we appreciate that. And what is your mental tip of the day?
All right, so for the next 12 episodes, I'm going to be doing the 12 rules of success by Earl Nightingale. Today, it's going to be the first rule. It is our attitude at the beginning of a task, which more than anything else will affect its successful outcome. So I think, when I start any task, what I get from this is I have to start my tasks with a positive attitude, knowing what the end result is going to be. I want to have a strong mental attitude when I start this task, because I can see it says that more than anything else, it's going to affect its successful outcome. So I want to have a successful outcome in what I'm doing. So I know that what I take away from this is that I need to have the right mindset when I'm starting it so I can finish strong.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yeah. So you want to have a positive attitude and an attitude of achievement, of success, of accomplishment. You're like, yeah, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do this and I'm going to win.
Right.
So if you think you can, you will.
Yes.
If you think you can't, you won't. And I saw this when people were studying for the bar exam. The people who were very doubtful from the very beginning of our bar prep class, that they're like, oh man, this is too much. I can't do this. They were literally saying, I can't do this. I know 2 people for sure that come to mind that were saying, I can't do this. And they failed the bar exam because they started off that process by saying, I can't do it. They were already blocking themselves and planting the seed of failure.
Yeah.
Whereas they should have been saying to themselves, I'm not as good as I need to be for the exam, but I'm going to be, right? I am going to work as hard as I possibly can, and I'm going to pass this damn test.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass this sucker. Like, I'm going to freaking do it. You know, you have to have that I will do it attitude, right? So that's what we're talking about here, right? Like, you know, be positive. Think you're going to do it, right?
Exactly. You have the confidence.
You have to have confidence, man. That's it. You just said it. It's confidence. You have to be confident in yourself that you can achieve it.
You gotta believe in yourself. Yep.
And if you're missing the skills, well, then you've got time to skill up. And if you don't have enough time to skill up, well, then guess what? Do a run anyways and figure out what you don't know. And then go study what you don't know so that you'll know it, you know, the next time. And then do it again. Get back on the horse and do it again, you know?
Exactly.
Sometimes people have to go at it 2 or 3, 4 times, but persistence pays off. You don't lose unless you quit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
In most things. I mean, I can't say that 100% because how many people have an opportunity to go? There's certain things that you only have 1 or 2 chances, like in the Olympics, for instance. You know, you may have 1 or 2 chances at the Olympics to do a special sport, and that's it. You're done because your longevity in athletics is very short. You know, when you're young, like football players, right? I think the average lifespan is up till 33 years old, and then you're done, right? Forget about it when you're past 33. That's it. Forget about it. You're just, you know. But maybe you could be that one exception to the rule that if you have that can-do attitude, and maybe you'll be like Dan Marino, but he does win the Super Bowl and get a ring, as opposed to doing a whole career and never getting it. You know what I mean? It could happen, right? Anyways, but most of the people, like most of us, have, you know, several windows of opportunity. But people quit when they're like an inch away from success. You know,
exactly.
And it's because they don't have self-confidence. So self-confidence, I think, is a good word. You brought up a good one.
Yep.
Cool, man. So I love that. I love the 12 Rules of Success by Earl Nightingale a lot. I love it. I just love it a lot. And that's a great one. Is starting with the right mindset. Very cool.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, listen. I just want to say a hello to Giselle, who's watching on the live stream here. So, hi, Giselle. Welcome to the live stream. We're so happy to see you.
Is that my mom?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, she's watching on the live stream. I feel
way.
I feel like adding her to the stream. I want to know, Giselle. Type in the text if you want to come into the live stream. Just say yes, and I'll add you to the live stream. If you don't say yes in the comments, I'm just gonna let you watch quietly there. But we would love to have you on as a special guest. In the meantime, while I'm waiting to see if she posts.
My God, it's hilarious.
In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and do the spiritual tip of the day, which is from Living the 66 Books of the Bible by Dr. David Jeremiah. And today we are going to do Leviticus. So this is the book, Living the 66 Books of the Bible, and it's storytelling with John time. Wait, did I do Exodus yet? I guess I did do Exodus because I remember
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about leaving Egypt.
Yeah.
All right, look at Leviticus. It's a very pretty page, right?
Yep. Yeah, I love the artwork on that book. It looks amazing.
Oh man, me too. I wish I had this kind of talent. boy.
I
All
know,
right.
it's nice.
Right? All right. So here we go with the reading. Holy, there she disappeared. Oh, bye, Giselle. She left us. Oh, okay. Holiness. That's the message of Leviticus, which is a record of the instructions God gave the Israelites at Mount Sinai, Leviticus 1:1. When we speak of God's holiness, it refers to his absolute purity and sinless essence. We are not like that, so coming into God's presence is impossible without his provision of grace. For Israel, that involved a system of offerings, chapters 1 through 7, and a priesthood, chapters 8 through 17, both of which pointed toward the ministry of Christ. The last part of Leviticus told Israel how to live in a holy manner, chapters 18 to 27. Leviticus teaches us to approach a holy God only through the sacrifice and ministry of Jesus, our great high priest, Hebrews 2:17. When we receive God's grace through Christ, we long to live a life of growing personal holiness. God's children reflect his character, and we must diligently ask him to make us increasingly like Christ. That's good. Is there an area of your life that lapses into an unholy state? The key to godliness is learning to detect sin in your life, confess it earnestly, and avoid it relentlessly. We can only do that through the Holy Spirit. His very title, Holy Spirit, reflects the theme of Leviticus. As he lives and moves within us, his major aim is perfecting holiness in us so we'll be pleasing to our Heavenly Father. Remember Leviticus 20:26 as a personal challenge, and you shall be holy to me, for I, the Lord, am holy and have separated you from the peoples that you should be mine. Key theme: whenever we sin, we should confess it promptly, consecrate ourselves anew, and remain committed to personal holiness. Key challenge: begin the process of identifying and then removing unhealthy habits in your life so that you reflect the holiness of God. Remember, holiness is purity. Key verse: consecrate yourselves, therefore, and be holy, for I am the Lord your God. God is holy. He wants us to be holy too, which means pure.
Yeah.
Key prayer: Father, purify my heart, forgive me of my sin, and help me to live a life that reflects your holiness to the world around me. I love that, and I pray it all the freaking time because I'm unholy. I'm unclean. Like we all are. We all are. None of us are perfect, and none of us will ever, ever, ever be perfect. We can't. It's impossible because we have sin
Yeah.
in our nature. It's in our flesh, right? And oh my God, I was talking to this pastor today, and we were talking about there's this Indian proverb that says there's two wolves, a black wolf and a white wolf, and they're fighting. Which wolf will win? And the answer, the chief Indian said to the young Indian, he said, the one that you feed. And so it's so true. Like we have good and evil fighting inside of us for attention. And
Yeah.
the one that wins is the one that you feed, right? So do you feed the
Right.
evil thoughts or do you feed the positive, pure, holy thoughts, right? Purity,
Yeah.
holiness is about being good, righteous, just, fair, equal, balanced, like doing the right thing, not the wrong thing, right? Evil,
Yeah.
obviously, we all know there's so many different things to paint that with, right? But so
Yep.
holiness and purity is avoiding those things, right? Like, so like avoiding lust, the flesh. It really all comes down to basically selfishness, right? Greed,
Great.
gluttony, like overindulgence, right? People that eat too much, they overindulge in food. Those are the kind of things that
Yeah.
hurt us. But anyway, so that's it, man. So like, just try to be pure and ask God for help when you feel challenged. That's
Yeah.
the key of the spiritual tip of the day. When you feel challenged, when you feel like you're going too far into something, stop yourself and go ask God for help. Say, hey, help me be pure. Help me not go into this
Yeah.
sinful thing, right? Stay away from drugs. Don't overindulge in alcohol, those kind of things. Don't overindulge in food. So many different things. All right, your mom
Right.
is back, and I'm going to try to
Yeah.
add her right now because I see her and I want her to come on. Hi, Giselle. Can you hear us?
Hi guys.
Hey, how are you?
I said yes. I don't know. My messages didn't go through.
Oh
That's
my
what
God,
it
so
was.
baby.
Well, welcome to the show, Giselle.
Thank you.
We are so happy and surprised that you're here to be our mystery guest.
Seriously. That's
I'm
like the
your
TV
mis-
shows on Disney Channel.
Exactly. I'm your mystery guest.
That was in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. It was
I'm-
the mystery mouse Cthulhu.
She's the mystery entrefluencer.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
All right, so
no,
we've got a lot of
you know what
catching
I
up
was
to
gonna
do.
say?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say something about your show. It's really interesting what you were just saying about believing and you know how you talk about God and it's I'm reading a book, okay? It's called God, I don't even know what his name is. It's hold on a second. No, I don't even want to touch anything because I think I'm gonna mess it up. Wood something, The Pyramid of Success. I don't know if you've heard that book of this coach, Sebastian. Do you remember what his name is? My point is this: he talks about
Is it Don
his
Miguel Ruiz or Tony Robbins?
Woods. No, Woods is this famous. He's like 90 something years old now. Woods something.
Huh.
He was like a
I don't
famous,
remember.
the best coach. Hold on, let me see if I can find this. Hold on. I gotta give you this because you know, as I'm reading this, you sound like him. Okay,
Wow.
Coach Wooden's Pyramid of Success.
Oh, Wooten.
John Wood.
John
Yes,
Wooten.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God, John Wooten. Well, yeah.
Yes.
So he was like the coach for Dr. John Maxwell, who was one of my
What?
idols. Yeah.
Yes. So what I'm saying to
Wow.
you is that what you're doing. It's a good thing because
Oh,
in
thank
this
you.
book he explains it. No, I'm serious because I just started reading this book myself and it's really amazing. So when you were saying that, I
That's
just wanted
awesome.
yeah, so it's so true.
Thank
anyways-
you. Thank you so much.
You're
That-
very welcome.
That's so cool. So we have a lot of catching up to do because we haven't talked in forever, right? Since you were living in
Right.
Boston was the last time we talked. And I'm not gonna put you on the spot in front of thousands of people, okay? But
Oh my God.
I'm just curious.
What
We
the
only
hell?
had about 60,000 viewers so far, Giselle, like
What?
in 3 months. Yeah, it's okay. They're not all watching right now, okay? It's on demand, so don't feel overwhelmed, okay?
Okay. Okay, it's okay. It's okay.
But you know what? Let's talk to the millions of people that are going to watch in the future because we're optimistic thinkers.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's right. That's right. Who cares? That's
Right?
right.
So
Positive energy attracts positive things.
that's right. Law of attraction. So how are you doing and how is life in Florida again?
Well, it's great. It's great that we're in Florida,
Okay.
but you know, we've been in the ups and the downs. So, but I'm very happy to be in Florida. Yeah, I'm happy to
Yeah?
be in Florida.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you miss Boston?
No way.
No, you're kidding.
No way. Nothing. I don't miss anything about it.
Oh, okay. So that's okay. I'm sure that there's some good things about Boston, but you know what? It takes a little while to remember those things. So you're fresh in Florida, you're excited to be here, you're happy to be back in Florida, right?
Right.
Are you liking Stewart? Because you've never lived in Stewart before, right?
We're in Port St. Lucie.
Okay, Port St. Lucie's similar.
It's close.
Yeah. You know who's in Port St.
Very
Lucie?
close to Stewart. Who?
Ricky.
No
way.
way.
Yeah, my friend Ricky, the musician.
No
He's
way.
he's managing a restaurant called Bamboo over there.
No way.
Yeah, you got to go
I'm gonna
visit
stop
Ricky.
stop at his restaurant, Sebastian.
Yeah, go see him.
We'll
Get some
go
free.
visit
Tell him I
seriously.
said
Wow, Bamboo?
Tell him Bamboo. Yeah, tell him I said to give you some free food to comp you a meal.
Okay, I will. Is it a Japanese? What kind of food is it?
Yeah, it's Asian. You know, like bourbon
kind of food?
chicken, honey chicken, bourbon chicken.
Ooh.
that kind of
Tell
stuff.
him we're going
okay.
tonight.
Noodles. You know, they got like fried rice, noodles.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
man. Look it
Yeah,
up online.
We're definitely gonna.
Port
are.
St. Lucie.
I
That's
am.
where he's at. That's hilarious, man.
Bamboo.
He'll be excited to
Yeah.
have you guys nearby because he doesn't have any friends there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's been there for I think he's been there for like a year almost. I think already.
Does he like it?
Yeah,
Different.
yeah, it's different.
I like it. You're like, yeah.
I guess. I mean, I haven't been there. I don't know. I've driven through it on 95. Oh
No, but
man.
this is so awesome. This is so awesome that you're doing this. It's so awesome that you're doing this.
Well,
Seriously.
the reason why I started this thing with Sebastian was because I just wanted to spend time with my son. I'm like, what a good way to spend time with Sebastian. We'll do a podcast together.
Oh,
Then
that's
we had
great.
right. It's kind of
That's a
like,
great.
go ahead.
No, but what you're doing sincerely, it's a good thing.
I
Good
think
things
so.
are gonna happen.
I think
Good things
so.
are gonna happen.
I think
Absolutely.
I'm going to learn a few things off of this guy here.
You have to read his book. I'm still reading it. He's amazing.
That's awesome.
I'm telling you, Sebastian, your dad reminds me a little bit of him.
Wow.
Oh my God. Seriously.
That's super cool.
You have to read that book.
That's a great compliment. So thank you so much for saying that. That's really awesome. Okay,
I mean it.
So are you still doing personal training, Giselle?
Not right now, no.
Okay. Are you going to get back into are you going to get back into that?
I am. I
Okay.
mean, right now I have my online shops. Right now
Yep.
I'm just
How long have you been an entrepreneur, Giselle?
my goodness.
For a long time. Like tell me how many years? 15 years?
Yes, something like that.
15 freaking years. Now, but you're a solopreneur. Like you're just your own shop, right? Do you have any people working for you? Are you just creating content and just throwing it out there?
Yeah, I don't have anybody working for me right now. But
So
I definitely plan to hire people.
Yeah, do you plan on scaling your business so that it can run automatically without you being the worker bee in the future?
Absolutely.
Okay, so when you're ready to like build out your model, I think we need to sit down and work on that because my thing here is I'm studying to be a franchise lawyer. So when you're ready to franchise it out, right? When you get the blueprint done, then I can help you franchise your business.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
We need to work on that. Yeah,
we need to work together.
Yeah, absolutely. We got to get the plans and specs all down. Cool.
Aww.
So Sebastian, since your mom is an entrepreneur and she's on our show, we have to ask her some questions from our sheet. Don't you think?
Right, ask me. Yes, go ahead, ask.
All right.
Go ahead. I'm all for it.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so all right, let's start with what does your morning routine look like, Giselle?
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we just moved into this new house.
Okay, absent your move because that definitely changes everything, right?
Okay, so this is what I do every day. Okay. I follow Tony Robbins' like 5 keys of success.
Okay.
Which is one is read 20 to 30 minutes per day, which I do. Then you have to key number 2, feed and strengthen your body and mind, which is being healthy to your body, going to the gym, drinking your water, doing things like that. But wait, there's something else that he does that I do. Then he submerges his body in ice in an ice like bath.
Wow.
And so I've been doing that.
Wow.
Like I get like yes, and that's actually been helping me. Right now, besides me being an entrepreneur, I'm also doing something on the side, and I get very nervous. So that helps me. It resets it kind of like I'm not nervous anymore. Or if you're angry or whatever it is, it helps you. It helps you stay focused on the task.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just calms you down. If you're having anxiety, whatever it is.
Yeah, it shocks your body actually.
It shocks your body, exactly.
Yeah.
So
every morning when I take a shower, I at the last 2 or 3 minutes, I turn it to cold water and shock my body before I get out.
Oh my goodness, that's no shock, honey. Put 7 bags of ice and
put
yourself in there. Okay, I'm gonna send you a video of 7 bags of ice. I'm telling you, Sebastian went under too the other day.
Wow,
Sebastian went in.
I did.
That's crazy shock.
Cold. it was ice. Yes, because sometimes it's like we feel defeated or whatever
Yeah.
it is that we're going through that you need. So, anyways, this is what I'm doing to help myself. Then
Wow.
find a role model. My role model, who I found, this guy Woods that I'm reading about, that you remind me of him. Okay. My key number four, I'm creating a plan and I'm taking massive action.
Oh, I
That's
love
what
it.
I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. And key number five, okay, which is the most important one of all, is to give more than you expect to receive.
I love
Always.
that. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yep. So that's what I'm doing right now to get back into my, we all go in our, we go through stuff in life. Sometimes our
Wow.
business is good, sometimes whatever. So sometimes we get off
Yeah.
track, whatever it is, and you need. So
Yep.
this is what I'm doing right now.
Awesome. Listen, I
Yeah.
think what you can do is sign a bunch of checks and just mail them to me, and then whenever let me know when I can cash them. Okay, just you gotta have somebody to give to, right? So why not?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, and I have, if I'm gonna send you like I have, people need to create. They need to write down what they want to do in life, because that has power. What comes out of your mouth, your voice has power.
100%. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
It's energy.
definitely.
Very
It
cool, man.
is.
It's energy, and when you release it, when you say it, when you think it, it comes out. It's energy. All of it's energy.
Success leaves clues.
100%. It's in our DNA,
Success
and
leaves
we're all connected.
clues. Repetition is mother of all skill. Repetition is mother of all skill.
I love that too. I love that. Repetition,
Hard
absolutely.
Hard work beats talent.
Hard work, 100%.
Hard work, 100%. Just like you were saying.
Yep.
You're like, if you don't know what you're gonna do, then get skilled. Find out where you're good at, and then make a plan, and then work on everything that you need to work on, and get yourself better.
Yeah, it's like Kobe Bryant,
beautiful.
right? Kobe Bryant going to the basket and shooting from the line 200 times, right? Or for 2 hours straight every morning, right? It's amazing how supernatural he is after he did that for years, okay?
It's
right?
amazing, believe me.
Right?
Believe me when I tell you. Yes, it is.
You got to practice, man. Practice makes perfect. Practice, right? Over and over again, right?
That's yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's awesome. I need to practice saving my money.
Practice.
I need piggy banks, and I just put the money in the piggy banks, one after the other, one coin at a time.
You need to, just buy yourself a whole bunch of piggy banks.
That's what I'm gonna do, man.
but buy yourself piggy banks that you can't open. You can't open. Like they're locked for like a year.
That's don't steal from the piggy bank. That's a bad habit.
Oh my God, that is true.
I'm gonna be the bank. I don't know who I'm gonna loan money to with piggy banks. Maybe I'll find some little kid who wants to sell lemonade, and I'll sponsor the lemonade stand. But you gotta start. You gotta start somewhere, right?
You start somewhere.
You're gonna be an investor. You gotta start somewhere.
I actually had a lemonade stand before.
Do you guys have a yard where you're at? Are you in a house with a yard?
Yes, a big yard, huge yard.
Okay, fantastic. Well, then I can go set up a tent and then rent those out, and that'll be the beginning of my hotel business.
All right, let's do it.
I'll pay you for the land, and then I'll rent the tent.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. Let's move on to the next question, Giselle. Okay, because I might take you up on that offer.
Okay, what's the next question?
All right. What is one thing that you have to do in your business frequently that you didn't expect when you launched it? We're talking about your card business, right?
Yes. Oh my goodness. The amount of time that you have to having an online shop is like having how do you say it? Brick and mortar, is that how you say it? Like
brick and mortar.
So so that's how you say it. So having an online shop, that's what I could say. It's like I didn't think that it was you have
so
to
time consuming.
If extreme, it's like time consuming, everything. You got to do your advertising, you got to do everything yourself.
Yeah.
So how many hours a day?
I have to do search engine. I have to design my stuff. I have to upload it. I have to mock it up. I have to I have to, oh my goodness, I have to do the search engine optimization for my own website. It's like one thing, and each design you have to, make it unique. You gotta stand out. So it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work for one person to do, for sure.
Yes.
100%. That's why you need
Yes.
like pawns on a chessboard that you can move into the right positions.
And I need to, and at the beginning, it's like you have to put in the time. Unfortunately, that's just how it is.
Yeah, because you don't have the income to pay other people to do the work for you, right? You can't outsource. Right. If you could outsource, that would be fantastic.
Exactly.
But when your overhead is low, then it's not feasible, right?
Exactly.
And that's the challenge. But you've learned a lot along the way,
right.
and you started like, okay, instead of just making what do you call it, gift cards or invitations or whatever, I started
actually shipping it myself, printing, manually doing it, and actually mailing it. Right. I just went all digital, so I went I cut my expenses by 50 or 75% because I don't have to, you know what I mean,
physically do the work.
Not only I don't have to physically do, I don't have to buy the cardstock, I don't have to buy the ink, I don't have to, like the manual work that I used to. So right.
You shifted your business to create the content, the creative content,
the design, like the illustration, exactly. So I shifted my business to just be digital. So it's just a digital world on my online shop. So they just buy my designs, and then it's just, it's like 90%, 95%. It's straight income.
Right. So, I think for a small business, that was a really good move for you to make, because you're competing with companies like Vistaprint that have production facilities, right? And those production facilities cost a fortune to set up and operate, right?
Of course.
Right.
Absolutely.
So you made an assessment. You did like a SWOT analysis, which is like you analyzed your strengths or weaknesses, the opportunities and the threats. And you said, okay, one of my strengths is that I have the ability to create nice content, because you get that natural talent. Yeah. And then one of the weaknesses is that you don't have the capacity to mass produce all of these invitations, and then the cost as well, right? Because you don't have economy. You can't buy in bulk to win on economies of scale. So better. So you rebuilt your system. And you just provided the creative content and let them do their own printing.
Exactly.
That's really fantastic that you were able to learn that and modify. So that's one of the things about being an entrepreneur, right? You have to learn the hard way that you have to let go of your pride and adapt, right?
You have to. There's always a change, and it's hard sometimes. But you got to go with it.
You got to be flexible.
You have to be.
That's
and
awesome.
She's self-taught too, so like all of the knowledge that she has for her business is people go to school for that. They go to college and they go to and take classes to learn all that. And she taught herself all of that.
Degree in graphic design.
Graphic design, exactly.
I taught myself Photoshop. I taught myself Illustrator. I taught myself how to build a website. I taught myself everything that I know. I taught myself.
That's awesome, man. Well, congratulations to you, man. Kudos to you for doing that and being a trooper and growing so much. And now you have to give back, right? So like I would love to help you like create classes so that you can show other people how to do what you did and get to the finish line a whole lot faster, as opposed to going through all of the challenges, the hurdles that you went through in your life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep.
I think there's a pathway on that. Like I also
sell on Zazzle. Have you heard of Zazzle?
Oh yeah. Well, no, yeah. I get the back of my business card is from Zazzle.
So I get a royalty from them. My designs sell on Zazzle.
That's awesome, man. See, that's what you need, like a whole bunch of Zazzles. You know.
So
what I mean?
need a whole bunch, but I need 5 Giselles.
Yes, right. Which
I need 5 Giselles because it's very hard. Like it's not easy. It's like it's a different world. The internet, it's a different world.
You might be able to get 10 half Giselles, right? So they could together make the 5 Giselles. You know?
Oh my God! If I could just get a quarter of Giselle.
Right? If we could just like figure out how to do cloning, we'd be good to go.
Sebastian's pretty good.
Well, he's like a mini us. So
Yeah.
He's our first clone.
He's actually pretty good.
Yeah, he is. He's
He's
got a lot
very
of
good.
talent. He's
He's
got a
got
lot.
talent because he's good at describing the product. I'll just design whatever,
Nice.
but I'm not the PR
Ooh.
person that makes it all beautiful. Because you know how you
Ah,
buy a pair of pants and you have to say, "Ooh, denim blue,
yeah,
sparkly
yeah,
with this and a
yeah,
touch
yeah,
of that." I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
good at that. Like I'll make the stuff, but then you have to make it. But that's where Sebastian shines.
Well, that's cool. That's
So
salesmanship
that's
right
how we're
there.
a good. That's how we're a good team.
Nice, nice. So he has this.
Hmm.
He can sell the sizzle from the zazzle.
Right, but I also have to I also have to give him, but then I also have to, there's a way of how to word things on the
Yeah.
internet that you come across, that you're not like a
So
robot. You have to
the
be
SEO,
organic.
right? That's
Exactly.
where the SEO comes in place.
So that's another thing. So it's a lot.
It's yeah. There's
Yeah.
there's definitely moving pieces to that.
Yes.
All right. So let's go to the next question. Sebastian, I'm sorry you don't have your sheet in front of you, buddy. Can you
What's the
turn your
next
light on
question?
in your car so that we can see you? Because
Oh,
like
that's okay.
you're blacked out. You're like you're like ghosting right now, man. All right, Giselle.
I'm barely here.
I'm gonna ask you one more question,
Okay.
and then we're gonna move on to the module to our module 3 or pillar number 3 of the 10 pillars of entrepreneurial success, which is a little piece I want to share with the audience before we wrap up. So here's one more question for you. What's one piece of advice about building influence that you would give to somebody who's starting out as an entrepreneur in your industry in graphic design? How
What
can they
advice?
yeah,
How
how
can
can
they?
how can they build influence to earn business as a graphic
Oh
designer?
my goodness, I lost you. I lost you. Say it again. I'm so sorry. I
Okay,
couldn't hear you.
so what's one piece of advice that you can tell to people who want to become graphic designers that would help
Hmm.
them build influence when they're getting started?
So, an advice that influences them to
No,
do it.
no. That would help them build
It's
influence.
basically like
How
for
would
them
they?
to get started.
How can they earn business? Like, how can they build a following?
Well, first they have to be able to know how to use the software, whatever software. They have to decide what they're going to use. If they're going to use Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, they got to find out what they're good at this, at designing what logos, cards. Like you have to pick one thing.
Hmm.
Sometimes doing too much is not good. When you're
Mhm.
Right.
first starting out, you should just start slowly. You research the market, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You got to research what sells. You got to do your research, and you got to have passion in what you're designing. That's another thing. Like I have more fun doing wedding maps, designing wedding maps than designing a business card. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just, so you
Okay.
can understand what I'm saying. So I tend
Mhm.
to do more of the stuff that I'm passionate about. So if your passion is to designing in wedding maps or whatever, like stick to one thing and then you can venture into other things. But at the beginning, you have
Mhm.
to have a plan. You have to know what software you're going to use, and then you got to execute it, and then just do a market research and to see what sells, and then you got to come up. If you're in that field, then you're obviously creative. So,
Mhm.
and to trust.
What are some good platforms for them to get exposure, like to get out there?
I
You said SEO and you said Zazzle. That's good. What other sort?
Etsy, Etsy,
Oh, that's a big one. Yeah.
Etsy. That's where I have my shops, on Etsy. That's huge.
Okay.
So I have
Cool.
it on Etsy and on Zazzle.
Awesome. Awesome.
So yeah, those are the ones that I suggest.
Awesome. Etsy and Zazzle, those are huge. Okay, so thank you
Yes.
so much, Giselle, for the information, the wisdom that you're sharing with our newbies. Think about this. There's like people that are 16, 17, 18, 19 years old listening to this for right now, and they're getting these seeds that they can build a future with, right? So thank you so
Yeah.
much for planting some positive seeds in them. I know that they'll be grateful going forward in the future. So thank you for that. That's really
Oh,
awesome of you.
you're welcome. Of
Very
course.
awesome. All right, guys. So the last thing that we have for our show today is pillar number 3 of the 10 pillars of entrefluential success, which is from my upcoming course. It's from the book that I wrote for the course, and
Mm-hmm.
it's about leadership. Okay, so I'm just going to share with you a few things of leadership that I think that is going to be helpful to you guys when you when you're running your own business, right? Obviously, self-discipline is good for you as an individual, but you need leadership when you have other people that are accountable to you. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's five components of leadership that I came up with that I teach in this section. And it is these are the skills that you need to become masterful in my opinion, that you need to become masterful in to be a good leader. Number one is attraction. Number two is community. Number three is structure. Number four is evolution. And number five is amplification. And I'm going to break those down and tell you how it works for you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So number one, the law of attraction. The cause is magnetism and influence. Magnetism, like a magnet, you pull people to you. Influence is built by pouring into the people that you pull to you. If you pour into them, then they will love you for helping them out, right? You make them feel important, and then you will influence them, right? So the cause is magnetism and influence. The effect is that your team will come to you, as well as your clients and your brand ambassadors, who will rally around you and they will support your mission.
I like that. You came up with that?
Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you.
Good. Wow.
Okay.
I'm impressed.
Thank you. All right. Law number two is the law of community. Now, the cause of having a good community is number one, connection. Number two, respect. Number three, trust. And number four, commitment. Now, here's the effect. If you put those things into your business, right, you start applying these things, connection, respect, trust, and commitment. The effect is your team resonates with you because you are of the same tribe. Once they trust and respect you, they will become fully committed to carry out your mission with synergy, which is
correct.
So you're
building that, and you're building the loyalty.
Loyalty, right?
Yes.
So
which is in your category. Yes, the same thing you just said.
Mm-hmm. So that's the law of community. Okay.
I like that law of community.
Thank you. Number three is the law of structure, right? I always talk about having structure in your life, structure in your business. We all need structure. Kids need structure in school. We need structure in our families. Everything needs structure. All right.
Yes,
There's these two Greek words that are polarities. One of them is cosmos, and the other is chaos, right? Disorder. Cosmos and chaos are two polarizations, right? North pole, south pole, right? Cosmos is order, chaos is disorder. If you take the order away, then you have chaos. So we don't want chaos. We don't want chaos, disorder. We want cosmos. We want order. Okay, so law number three is the law of structure. Here's the cause. These are the things that you put into it, and then I'll tell you what you get out of it. What you put into it is vision. In other words, vision says, I have to tell you where I want us to go as a team, as a company. Vision. I need to tell you where we're going to go. Number two is process. I've got to build a system from A to Z that explains how we're going to get there. Okay. Number three is priorities. I need to do what's most important first, right? First things first. I need to have priorities, because if you get caught in the weeds, right, of the things that don't really matter, you're not going to progress as fast as you possibly could. You potentially could. Yeah. So we need to prioritize, right? Handle first things first. The next thing is empowerment. You can't do everything on your own. If you try to do everything on your own, like you're like the guy juggling all the balls or the girl juggling all the balls.
You can't micromanage. You got to delegate.
You've got to delegate. You have to delegate, right? So macro management. You're right, Giselle. You have to macro manage. So empowerment comes in for good leaders. You have to say, okay, I'm going to give you this task. I want you to go do it. I'm going to give you that task. I want you to go do it, and then let them come back and report to you. Then the last piece is timing. Okay, because timing is really critical in leadership, because you have to know when you can go for a certain strategy and when you need to wait and put it on the back burner and wait until the time is right and then execute on that strategy. So timing is really important. So now if you put all of these causes together, vision, process, priorities,
So
empowerment,
that means you can't procrastinate. That means no procrastination.
never procrastination, never procrastinate,
Right.
ever, ever, ever. So you put all of these things together, and then the effect is your team knows the end goal, the framework you operate in, the steps that you take, first, next, last, the desire to take initiative, right? That's the opposite of procrastination, is taking initiative, and the ability to pace themselves to the rhythm of the marketplace. That's timing. Okay, I got 2 more for you. Number 4 is the law of evolution. Now, in here, the cause for evolution is here. Let me give you a little bit of background, okay, so that you can have some context. If you look at McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's, from the time that they first opened to where they are today, you can see that they have evolved substantially. They've changed the outside and on the inside.
Yes.
Right? If you look at the old McDonald's and compare it to a new McDonald's, the old one was like the old golden arches, you know. Now you walk inside on a new one, it's high tech. They got computer screens. You order self-ordering.
It's all
you know,
different now.
the furniture is modern. Everything has changed. So that's evolution.
Yes.
You can make your own drink. You can make your own drink. Press a button, get Coke Zero.
Yeah, you serve yourself now.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have, you know, McDonald's and Burger King, and when all of these places have been around for 50 years. They've evolved multiple times over the last 50 years.
Coca-Cola.
Absolutely. So you know, all of the longevity companies, they have harnessed the power of evolution. Right? You have to reinvent yourself. You have to be a chameleon.
You do.
And you have to change with the times, because the times are always a changing. So we remodel, we rebuild ourselves, and become a new version of us. You're Sebastian 2.0, right? Giselle 3.0. You know what I mean?
I gotta come up with G-Vites 5.0.
Yep.
Yeah. See, there you go. Right?
I have to come up with new designs right now. Oh my
there
goodness.
You go. Right? Because otherwise, it becomes stale, and then nobody wants you. You've got to be cutting edge. Avant-garde.
Oh shit! Oh, sorry. Oh, okay.
It's okay. It's okay. We're all human.
Sorry,
it's all good.
I apologize.
It's okay. You can say shit.
God.
I'm not gonna. You're not gonna be. It's all right. Okay. All right. So you have evolution,
I like
right?
it. Avant-garde. Oh, you just inspired me. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. That's awesome.
There
I
you
love
go.
that. All right.
Keep going.
So
I like your five steps.
Thank you. I still got one more to go, but I haven't finished the number 4. So let me finish number 4.
Okay.
So
sorry.
so the cause is you put inside the bucket. You put in intuition. You put in innovation, and you put validation. Right? Validation. Right? Why do you need that? Right? Intuition means you got to think of what people want before they tell you what they want. Right? That's intuition. You can read a book on ESP. Go look at what's his name?
You gotta feel it. I feel my design, John. You know that when I design
intuition.
something, I anything that I say is gonna sell, it sells. It's
Dr. Silva.
I can sell whatever. It's amazing. It's amazing. But I have to feel it in my heart. I have to feel it. If I'm depressed, I can't design.
Okay, so you have intuition. So you're harnessing your intuition to feel what the people are gonna want before you know before they even tell you. And that's what you come up. And let me tell you, every major company that has fashion, they look for forward thinkers, people that have high ESP, and they follow them around to see what they're going to wear, and they create a trend out of it. That's how the hipster movement started in like 2008 and became popular in 2010. So you're on the right track. So ESP, that's intuition. The next thing is innovation, which just means change, right? We're going to come up with the Giselle 5.0, right? G-Vice 5.0.
Yeah.
That's innovation is changing. And then the next thing is validation. How do you get validation? You go to the marketplace and you say, hey, do you like this? Will this work for you? And they say, yes. Now it's been validated. If they say no, then, okay, you don't have validation. Go back to the drawing board and come up with something new, right?
Exactly.
So those are the 3 things you put in the bucket. The effect is this. You develop your ESP to better anticipate, comprehend, and evaluate the motives of your people, which is your tribe, right?
Exactly.
And your competition, because you want to see what they're doing, because you want to have a competitive advantage. and listen to your customers, right? You've got to evaluate what your customers are doing to figure out what their movement
You got to
is. and
spend the
You could be,
time. Yeah,
you could be ahead
exactly.
of the curve. Okay. So that's what you do. You watch your competition, you talk to your people, your tribe, and you look at the competition and you look at your customer base and you figure out what's going to work. This enables you to develop, here's your word again, avant-garde competitive advantages.
Yep.
To add value to your customers, right? Why do we do this? We want to add value. They're looking for something. They're looking for something creative. They're looking for physical fitness, right? If you're a personal trainer, they're looking
Yes.
for something, and we want to give them what they're what they're looking for. Okay, so even if they don't know what it is that they're looking for, we'll tell them, hey, we think based on what we know about you that this will be a good fit for you.
Sometimes
and then they
people
say,
don't know what they want until they see it.
Yeah,
exactly. So
People-
we
You
create
have
it
to.
for
You
them.
have to create. Yes, that's what I do.
And then you present it to them and they say, oh my God, you're the freaking best, right?
yeah.
Exactly.
Because you've been doing these things that you're able to do that. Okay. So
Sebastian,
then
I actually came up with a new design.
Yeah.
I came up with a Rasta design, a baby Rasta design. I did it the other day. You're gonna love it.
well,
It's
send
so
me a copy
cute.
too. I want to see now because you've
Okay,
now,
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll show you.
now that you put a plug, I want to see it too. I want to share it with our audience.
Yes, you can share it. Here,
Okay, good,
hold on,
good,
hold on.
good. We'll put a link in our show. Okay, so what this does is you add value to your customers by offering the latest and greatest iterations of your products and services. And then you become more affluent because of the buzz that's created about your innovative strategies. Your inner circle will be your sounding board where you can bounce ideas off of them for validation prior to taking it to the marketplace. So that's why it's good to have an inner circle so you can share it with them, like your VIP clients, and then they'll tell you, oh my God, I love it. Now you've been validated. Now you can take it to the marketplace.
Wow. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, here's the last one, the law of evolution. I'm sorry, that was number 4. The law of amplification. I love this one. This is probably I love them all, but this is my favorite one right now because I'm all about getting the word out. Okay. I love the vision of a satellite. And if you don't have a satellite, nobody's going to know who you are. You got to tell people who you are, right? You could be the greatest thing. You could be freaking sliced bread, but if nobody knows about sliced bread, they're going to be still baking their own bread. You know what I mean? You got to let them know that it exists, So here's the cause, right? What do we put into the bucket for the law of amplification? Number 1, you put in momentum. You've got to, when you have a great idea, you've got to go fast with that idea.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's going to turn still and it's going to go on the back. It's going to go on the shelf and it's never going to be anything other than an idea that's sitting on the shelf.
You're right, because I have so many designs unfinished.
Right. And yet, that's crazy, right? I mean, wow. How can you make more of those happen? That's a question that you need to answer. So momentum is one thing. Number 2 is multiplication, which is tying into what you just said right now. You need to figure out how you can multiply the production of your ideas, right?
Yeah.
Right? How can you bring in little mini Giselles to carry out the task of completing the vision that you have?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Multiplication. So how do we multiply ourselves? Number 3 is victories. We need victories to reassure ourselves that we're on the right track. So even little victories. We have to celebrate the victories, especially when we have a team. Okay, we're talking about leadership here. And if you have a team of worker bees, you've got to celebrate the small victories to keep them amplified and moving forward. Okay? Yep. And then the next piece, which is really, really important for a business owner, is succession. If you don't have somebody who's going to be like Sebastian for me, take the ownership of the business when it's time for me to retire and walk away, then who's going to take over your business? Is it going to just die? If you don't have a succession plan, it will die.
Yeah, we need a succession plan, Sebastian.
Right? Who is going to run the business when you walk away, and who's going to be the benefit? Who's going to be the workers, and who's going to be the beneficiaries when you die and you're gone? Who is going to receive the benefits of your business? Right? So you have to have a plan in place, a trust in place. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Good job.
So that's estate planning. All right. So those are the causes: momentum, multiplication, victories, and succession is all the law of amplification. Here's the effect. You now have your teams, and they move fast. They grow exponentially by empowering more people to become team leaders who attract more worker bees, that are fueled by the excitement and passionate celebration of the victories along the journey. You shift your business model from entrepreneurship to enterprise and pass the torch to your board of directors to carry the light forward.
That's beautiful. Good job. Good job. I can't believe you came up with that. Good. That's a very, I need a dictionary in hand when I read those 5. I do, but no, but it all says it. You guys, you have to read that Woods book. You have to.
John Wooden. Yeah, I definitely
Wooden.
will. And
I
yes,
keep calling him Woods.
Send me a picture of the book.
I'll
That's
send you
cool.
a picture of the book.
Yeah, send me a picture of the book, and then I'll put a link into it for our audience so that they can click on it and buy it from Amazon.
Yes, here. Let me give you the link. Hold on.
And that helps us too, because we earn affiliate commissions when you buy our recommendations, so we appreciate it.
Okay, here. I listen. I recommend this book. Oh my goodness, this book is
so awesome. Now. So we'll don't worry. We'll add it to our show notes afterwards. So thank you. All right. So we don't need it immediately right now. But so we're gonna wrap up.
Okay.
I think this is this has been a great thing. Hey Sebastian, by the way, I was gonna tell you, man. You know what? I love your haircut, but I was thinking you messed up by cutting it right now. You should have waited until after Halloween. You know why?
Why?
Because you could have been John Wick, man.
He could wear a wig.
Oh, that's true. You can wear a wig. Are you gonna be John? Are you gonna be John Wick for Halloween?
Oh man, I know. I could have. I think either I don't know. I think either John Wick or Neo.
Yeah, Neo's. Yeah, Neo's cool too, man. They're both awesome. John Wick Part 4 is coming out soon, right?
I know. I can't wait to see that. Oh man.
I was just thinking about that. I was like, I saw Keanu Reeves on a pop-up like Facebook thing, and I was like,
oh yeah,
Sebastian would have killed it, man. with the long hair growing. I was like, that was perfect, man. Anyways, I think Sebastian has like that Keanu Reeves style. He could be like, I think Sebastian needs to be a superhero actor.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. One day
yeah,
I want
man.
to pursue
Hey, listen, I love Keanu, man, but he's getting old. Somebody has to take the step into that place, so why not you?
I will gladly.
Exactly.
So come on, man, let's go. You're close to South Florida, man. You can go do some acting classes and start going on auditions and stuff, man. Climb that ladder. I think he could do it, Giselle.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he could do anything he wants to do.
100%.
If he wants to, and he takes massive action.
Yep.
He can do it.
Yep.
That's what I believe. He has massive power.
Absolutely.
He just needs to find his passion.
He's a dragon. He can do it.
he can do it. He's more than a dragon.
All right. So
I texted you the picture of the book, the link of the book.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, guys.
You're
so that's it, man. This wraps it up. Thank you, Giselle. Thank you for being our surprise guest, our mystery guest. This was really a very, very nice surprise, man. I am so glad that you came on.
This was a mystery guest for real.
That's funny.
It's a surprise to me, man. So thank you.
Sebastian was like, is that my mom, Giselle?
Not even
he
Sebastian.
Was like, wait, what?
I was shocked.
That's right. I just came. That's right.
I love it. I
I'm
love
listening.
it, man.
I'm listening.
That is awesome. That is so cool.
I'm supportive. 100%.
And listen, for those of you out there, listen, if you're facing a divorce, I hope that you'll look at us as being role models, because Giselle and I get along super fabulous, and I hope that you guys, that you guys can have the same blessing that we have and get along and be nurturing to each other, because we're all family, man. We're family, and you guys could be like this too, and it's way better than being controversial.
And our relationship and parents' relationships are influential in the success of our children. 200%. They can still do it, but we can help them a little bit if we get along.
Absolutely. Way better. We're much more able to pour into our children
Yes.
if we get along, as opposed to if we don't. Because they're
Because
watching.
we focus all that energy on the good, and then we don't waste. Like you said, we're human. We're
Yep.
gonna make mistakes.
Yep.
But as long as we make those 4 agreements with ourselves, which is by the other book that I read, that Sebastian read too, called this other book that I read, 4 agreements.
It's called
Be impeccable
The
with
4
your
Agreements.
words. Be impeccable with your words. Don't take anything personal. Don't make any assumptions, and always give your best.
I love it.
And this applies to anything.
I love it. Can you give me a link to that one too? Because I want to put it in the show notes.
Yes, I'll give it to you. Listen, these books are for influence. I'm telling you.
That is
These
awesome.
books, hold on here. I'll send you the other link of this book.
Hey, by the way, my mom is on a cruise right now. She went on a celebrity cruise out of Jacksonville for the whole week.
Celebrity.
No.
What?
I'm sorry. Not celebrity. Carnival. She went on a Carnival cruise.
I'm like, which celebrity?
But listen, we need to do a cruise, man. We've been talking about doing a family
We have
cruise.
to. Family cruise.
You guys need to come and join us in December, man. There's like 15 people going so far.
Let's go.
Right? We need to do it. We need to get on board. Literally on board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sending you the link from Amazon for the other book that is the 4 agreements.
Super cool. Thank you. Any
Yep.
final thoughts? Any final parting words for the audience before we go? Our entrefluencers?
To keep watching us. We have some great things coming for you all.
That's sage advice. I love it. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us this Tuesday evening on August 23rd. My birthday's coming up next week. I'm super excited. I'm going to be 48.
Woo!
I'm going out on Wednesday for Wind Down Wednesday for my
Wow.
birthday, and my co-workers the co-managers are taking me out, so I'm looking forward to that. So, all right, guys, we will see you next Tuesday.
Good. Nice.
And what else? What else do we have to say? Go out there and amplify your message. Oh, I got a little thing I'm gonna share. Is I brought my guitar to play another song for you guys.
All right. Okay, I love it. Do it.
All right, so here's a little tune to lead us out before we say bye-bye. Here we go. All right.
Ooh.
All right. That
was good.
Nice.
Thank you. I'm really rough, but you know what? Practice makes perfect, as we were saying. So
We
that's
like
what we're
it.
doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us, and we will see you all next Tuesday. Love you guys. God bless you.
Love you. Bye.
See you soon. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
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 Next time we should do that.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. Love you.